Pranam Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
We are really blessed this morning to be part of this session with Swamiji. Welcome to everyone here. This is our 37th class of Mundakopanishad with Swamiji, and we are now doing chapter 2, section 2. Last class, we studied mantras 4 and 5. After the class, as usual, we will have a question and answer session.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunayama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatra Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sastanobhir Vyashema Devahitam Yadayu Sustina Indro Vridhashrava Sustina Posha Vishwaveda Sustina Sarkshyo Arishtanemi Sustino Brihaspati Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Somehow a long break came in between. So after a long gap, we are coming together. In our last session, we had seen 4th and 5th mantras. That is in the second khanda of second mandaka. And the last mantra we had seen was yasmindyauḥ pṛthivī cāntarikṣamotaṃ manaḥ saha prāṇaiśca sarvaiḥ tamevaikaṃ jānatha ātmānamanyāvāco vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa setuḥ. This 5th mantra, along with the 6th, that is the following one, summarizes the whole of Upanishadic teaching. If we can learn these 2 mantras in detail, it will be the summary of all the Upanishads. However, we have seen this 5th mantra in our last sitting, but as a gap came in between, let us see it again. Yasmindyauḥ pṛthivī cāntarikṣamotaṃ manaḥ prāṇaiḥ sarvaiḥ saha otam tamevaikaṃ jānatha ātmānamanyāvāco अन्याः वाचः एषः अमृतस्य सेतुः. That is the mantra. See, Yasmin, in which or in whom, in both ways we can see. Either it can be in which or in whom. When we take it as in which, the meaning will be in the Brahman. Or when we say in whom, it will be Ishvara. In whom, Dhyāyatha, the ether or Diloka. Pṛthivī, this earth, and the āntarikṣam, atmosphere. That is the three spheres or three regions we are experiencing. We are living in this world, in this earth. And above, there is the Diloka. Diloka consists of many subsections, like bhuvaha, suvaha. Like that, so many spheres are there. And finally, there is the Diloka. The Diloka is the highest world we can perceive. And it is called by the name Brahmaloka also. So the highest world, the highest sphere we can imagine, that one, and the earth where we are living, that is here, and the region in between, that is antarikṣam. Antaha ikṣate iti antarikṣam. That which is seen in between is antarikṣam. Between what? Between this earth and the Diloka. So the region which we are experiencing or which we are seeing in between this mother earth and the Diloka is antarikṣam. The word itself gives the meaning antaha ikṣate iti antarikṣam. What is seen in between is antarikṣam. So, Yasmin, in which all these three regions are ātmānamanyāvāco, are interwoven. Ātmānamanyāvāco means interwoven. Usually we add pratham with ātmānamanyāvāco. Ota pratham. The meaning is interwoven. When threads are moving, or when they are interwoven, it is the cloth. It makes the cloth. Cloth is nothing but the interwoven state of threads. So, in which all these three regions are existing. We know that this earth is here. As I am here in this earth, I cannot negate the existence of this earth. In the same way, I am experiencing this atmosphere and I am seeing the Diloka. At least some parts of the Diloka I am seeing. And so many celestial objects are there, continuously moving. And I am seeing this all. So these three regions are there and I am knowing these three regions. I am experiencing. So I cannot negate the existence of these three regions. Then comes the question, where they are existing. There must be some substratum. There must be some base in which all these three are existing. Because I am existing in this earth. I am standing on this earth. So there must be a base for me to exist. That I can understand. If it is so, there must be a base for everything to exist. Without a base, without a substratum, nothing will exist. So what is that? Here the Acharya, the Guru, is not saying this is the base or this is the substratum. He is making us to introspect. He is making us to think again and again. So that is the way of the teaching of the Upanishads. It never says this is the real existence, absolute. No. It makes the student to think again and again. So where or in which all these three regions are existing? This is the question, or this is the hint. And again it is said, manaḥ saha prāṇaihi sarvaiḥ. Manaḥ, the manaḥ, manas, the mind. Saha prāṇaihi, with all prāṇas. With all prāṇas. With all prāṇas means different vrittis of prāṇas like prāṇa, apāna, samana, udana, and dhyāna. Or we can say the vital force which we call prāṇa is impelling or propelling all the jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. That is the senses of cognition and organs of action. So both the senses of cognition, jnanendriya, and organs of action, that is karmendriyas, 5 plus 5, altogether 10, all these are propelled by prana. When prana is making them move, then only they can move. Otherwise they cannot act. So it is the vital force, it is the prana which is making them move. So when we say saha prāṇaihi, it invariably will mean these jnanendriya and karmendriyas. So when we say saha prāṇaihi sarvaiḥ, it would mean all the 5 aspects of prana, like prana, apāna, samana, udana, and dhyāna, and of course these jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, all these in whom or in which all these are interwoven. Otam. See, here, when we say yasmindyauḥ pṛthivī āntarikṣam ca otam, that is, in which these 3 regions, like the earth, the atmosphere, and the sky above, are existing or residing, then the concept we are having or we are getting is that connected with the macrocosm. But when we say the saha prāṇaihi, the concept we are having is regarding the microcosm. Because in the macrocosm, we cannot imagine the manas and prāṇas. Of course, there is the manas, the macrocosmic mind, which we call the mahat, is there. We cannot negate that, but we cannot perceive in the earthly level. We cannot perceive such a mind in the earthly level. We can have that concept from the study of Shastras. So, when we hear the term manas and prana, of course, jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, we will get that microcosmic concept. That is the svasti regarding this individuality. And when we hear this pṛthivī, antarikṣam, and the dviloka, we get the macrocosmic aspect. That is the samasthi aspect. Both these are residing in one single existence, absolute. Both the microcosm and the macrocosm, the svasti and the samasthi, are existing in this one absolute principle. What is that? So Rishi is not teaching that. Rishi is not saying it is Brahman, it is Paramatma. No. He is asking us to contemplate on that. Think deeper and deeper. Our quest must go on till we realize. So here Acharya is asking us, in which all these macrocosmic manifestations are existing, and in which all the microcosmic manifestations are existing, tamevaikaṃ ātmānamanyāvāco jānatha. You people do realize that Atma, that existence, you realize that. Jānatha, please realize that. Please know that. Jānatha. So out of intense love and care, Rishi is asking, Jānatha, you please know. Dedicate your life to know that. Because that knowledge alone will make you whole. That knowledge alone will make you whole. That knowledge alone will remove the feeling of all the feelings of limitations. I am limited. Limited in respect to space, limited in respect to time. I am imposing so many limitations on myself. And thereby I am bound. And I am complaining. Oh, I am bound, I am bound, I am bound. Please release me, oh Vishnu, please release me, oh Shiva, please release me. How they can release you as you are binding yourself? We are binding ourselves and asking somebody else to release. No. How we are limiting or how we are binding ourselves? By imposing so many limitations. I am limited to this much of a place or time. So many limitations, so many superimpositions on my own being. And all this will be removed only through knowing the unlimited nature of the self. And therefore, the Rishi is asking us to know that in which both the macrocosmic and microcosmic manifestations are interwoven. When we know that as the self, what is the natural effect? All the limitations, all the superimpositions will vanish. Then and there itself. Not after some years, not somewhere else. Then and there itself they vanish. So as you know that only through realizing the unlimited nature of the self, we will be free. And getting that freedom in this very life itself is the goal of human life. That is why he is asking, with all care and love. Tam jānatha, you please know that. Not just to know that, you please know that. Try to devote your life for that knowledge. Move on that quest. So you know that. And that what that? ātmānam, that existence absolute. That existence absolute, in which all these macrocosmic and microscopic manifestations are interwoven, that you realize. And you have to do one thing more. Anyaha vachaha vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. Anyaha vachaha vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. Vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. You give up or get rid of. Get rid of what? Anyaha vachaha. All other vachaha, talks or words. We are keeping a bundle of shastras with us. All the Upanishadic text, then explanations of those Upanishads, thousands of commentaries on Gita, hundreds on Brahma Sutra, many more on Upanishads, and thousands of prakaranas, then Puranas, Itihasas, this, that. Of course, we have to learn. We must have that scriptural knowledge. But we must not forget the goal. To remove the many limitations of this world, to get rid of this bondage. Getting bound to something else, it won't help. Just take that. For getting out of the bondage of the world, I went to the fold of Shastras. But finally what happened? I was bound by Shastras. That must not happen. Anyaha vachaha vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. You give up all other words, all other talks. In the Amrita Bindu Upanishad, you can see a mantra. Grandham abhyasya medhavi jnana vijnana tatpara palalamiva dhanyarthi tyajet grandham aṣeṣam. Grandham abhyasya medhavi. One seeker, what is the first quality of that seeker? He is a medhavi. He is having that medha shakti, the power to learn shastras and remember them. Some may have the ability to learn shastras very quickly. But in the same way, they will forget also. And there are some others, they will not learn quickly, but they will capture only very slowly. But once they are captured, it will live forever. They won't forget. Medha Shakti is both these combined. The ability to know and to retain. That is metta. So here, the first quality of a seeker is said to be methavi. So this methavi, what he should do? Grandham abhyasyo. He must learn shastras. He must learn shastras. Vedanta or Vedas, he must learn. He himself must be the embodiment of shastras. He must become so. And when it is achieved, and if he is for the real realization, not for literal knowledge, name and fame, and of course dakshina thereby. If he is for realization in this life, then what he should do? Palalamiva dhanyarthi. See, when we are farming, we will give water, we will make the land, prepare the land for agriculture. We will give water, we will give manure. We are spending all our time and energy and money for that farming. And finally we reap, and we got seeds. And then we will have to remove the husk. If we are not removing the husk, we will not get the grain. So to get that grain, for which we did that farming, we must remove, discard the husk. If we are not prepared to do that, what is the use in farming? So we must learn. We must go deep into the shastras. But once we get the crux, then what is the use of shastras? So Upanishad asks us to palalamiva dhanyarthi tyajed grandham asheshata. Tyajed, give up, get rid of. Grandham, books, asheshataha. If we are catching again all these books and going again and again to the scriptures, of course we will become pandits, great scholars. There's no doubt in that. But we will not reach the goal in this life. It will become another bondage. So here, anya vacho vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. When we learn different shastras, especially Nyaya and all, mainly Tarka Shastra, we will develop a sort of tendency towards debate with others. And show oneself as a great scholar. I'm a scholar of Shastras. I have learned this much. I'm a knower of all Shastras. That vasana, that tendency will be there with it. Or it can, or it may creep in. So here the Rishi is giving a caution. No, don't go for that. Anya vachaha vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. You get rid of or you give up all other words and talks, other debates and discussions. Why? Amritasya eṣa setuḥ. Eṣaha setuḥ. Setu means bridge. This is the bridge towards amritatva, immortality. Or this is the way to immortality. You are in search of that. Your quest was for that. Why you approached the Shastras? Why you went to a guru? Only for this. Because I want immortality. I had to reach that. It is my birthright to have it in this life. That's why I approached the Guru and Shastra. This is the way. This is the bridge. Otherwise, you will be in the island itself. You will not reach the mainland. To reach the mainland, we have to pass through the bridge. This is the bridge. Bridge to immortality. That is the main land we are seeking. See how beautiful it is. So first we have to learn Shastras. Imbibe the crux. Once we get that, there is no need for thousands of texts. Of course, to teach others, we must have many Shastras with us. There's no doubt in that. To lead others in the path of sadhana, of course, we will have that requirement. But for us, first to reach there, it is not required. So, anya vachaha vimuñcathāmṛtasyaiṣa. You get rid of all other talks. Eṣaha, this is amritasya, of the immortality, setuḥ, bridge. This is the bridge of immortality, the bridge that leads to immortality. So this is the teaching of the fifth shloka, fifth mantra. And so we are going to the next mantra. Ara iva rathanābhau saṃhatā yatra nāḍyaḥ sa eṣo'ntaścarate jāyamānaḥ bahudhā jāyamānaḥ omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānamanyāvāco svasti pārāya tamasaḥ parastāt. Ara iva rathanābhau saṃhatā yatra nāḍyaḥ sa eṣo'ntaścarate bahudhā jāyamānaḥ omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānamanyāvāco svasti pārāya tamasaḥ parastāt. In this mantra, we can see two versions. One is svasti pārāya tamasaḥ parastāt. That is one version. Another is svasti pārāya tamasaḥ parastāt. Both are correct. Ara iva rathanābhau saṃhatā yatra nāḍyaḥ. Yatra, where nāḍyaḥ saṃhatā, nāḍyaḥ, all nadis. How we will translate the Shabda Nadi? In many translations, we will see it as nose. All nose. Of course, Nadi is nerve, but it is more subtler than nerves. Of course, it is nerves, we can say, because lack of an active word, we will also use the term, the Shabda, nerve. Or otherwise, we will have to use the Samskrita Shabda itself, Nadi. Then there's nothing wrong. Just like we are using the term spirituality. What is spirituality? Is there any connection between spirituality and ātmānamanyāvāco? No. But because of lack of a proper or active word in English, we are using that word. Spirituality has nothing to do with ātmānamanyāvāco, or ātmānamanyāvāco has nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality is connected with the spirits and all. The spirit will get out of your body when you die, and they will move here and there. So the science or aspects connected with that spirit, that is spirituality. What is ātmānamanyāvāco? There's nothing to do with that. But knowingly, we also are using that when we talk in English, spirituality. In the same way, we can translate Nadi as narrow. But we know both are different. So all the nadis, all the nerves, where they are saṃhatā, united together. Saṃhatā, united together. Where all these nadis are united together. Rishi is not saying this is the meeting point of all nadis. He is asking us to think. Like what? Araha iva rathanābhau. Araha, spokes. In the wheel of a cart, wooden wheel, just remember, in olden days there were such wheels. Even now in many motorcycles there are such wheels, but made of some metal. In earlier days it was made of wood. So one outer ring will be there and inner rathanābhau will be there. Nabhi is the name. So the middle part of the wheel, it is called rathanābhau, rathachakraṇābhi, the name of that wheel. So many spokes are connected to that, and these spokes are connected with the outer ring of the wheel. Actually, this makes the wheel. So how they are united together? In the middle part of that wheel, rathanābhau, the nave of the wheel. So how hundreds of spokes are joined together In the same way, where all these nadis are meeting together, so we are now studying this Mundakopanishad. It is a Samhita Upanishad. That is, it's a part of the Atharva Veda Samhita. And it comes in the Pipalada Shakha. In the same Shakha, there is the Prashna Upanishad. It comes in the Brahmana portion. So in the Prashna Upanishad, it is said there are 101 nadis. And for each of these nadis, there are 100 sub-nadis. So 101 plus 10,100. Then again, for each of these 10,100 nadis, there are still branches. 72,000 for one nadi. So in total, there will be 72 crore, 72 lakh, 10,201 nadis. So that much nadis are there in a human body. See, 72 crore, 72 lakh, 10,201. So all these nadis, where they are meeting, yatra saṃhatā nāḍyaḥ. We will say, it is explained in the Upanishad as hridaya. In the hrit, they are meeting together. Physically, it is correct. The answer is correct physically because they are meeting in the hridaya, hridi. That is true. But when we say all these are meeting together in the hridaya, the answer is correct only partially. It's only a partial answer. It is not whole. So that question comes again. Well, they are meeting together. The answer is in the self. In the self. In the ātmānamanyāvāco. So that is hinted here. Araiva rathanābhau saṃhatā yatra nāḍyaḥ. Where all these nadis are uniting together. Sa eṣo'ntaścarate. Sa eṣah, that he. What is the meaning of that he? Eṣah, this one. Saha, that one. Saha means that one. Eṣah means this one. So sa eṣah, that this Atma. See? That Atma, whom you are inquiring, he is manifesting as the self in you. That Atma, that existence absolute, which you were inquiring the whole life as a seeker, is the same Atma which is manifesting as yourself. That is eṣo'ntaścarate. Antaḥ charate. He's living inside. Charate means moving. So he's moving means he is living. He's living inside and moving. Doing all sorts of transactions. How? Bahudhā jāyamānaḥ. Manifesting in manifold ways. Manifesting in manifold ways, many ways. Manifestations are many. But he who is manifesting as many is one. Don't go here and there in search of him. Dive deep into your own individuality. And it is residing as the self. How? Declaring, I am here, I am here, I am here. Know that. Catch him. Bahudhā jāyamānaḥ. Manifesting in manifold ways, he is living inside. And there, all these studies are meeting together. So, a clue is given. How to realize that? This is the question. First, we have to make our own instruments focused. Our own mind focused. Our own intellect focused. If they are wandering here and there, never we will realize. The first requisite is make them focused. For that, Acharya is saying, omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānam. Omityevaṃ dhyāyatha. Dhyāyatha, you meditate. You meditate on him. How? Om iti. That existence absolute is above all names and forms. Ashabdam asparsham arupam apyayam. Devoid of shabda, devoid of sparsha, devoid of forms. But we cannot conceive or we cannot perceive such an absolute principle which do not have any name and form. So we are accepting for our own sake names and forms. Just like meditating on Vishnu through a Vishnu pṛthivī, the idol of a Vishnu. Who is making that idol? I am making that idol. And I am after making that idol, I am teaching my own mind. This is Vishnu. See Vishnu in that. Then it becomes Vishnu for me, in front of me. Then I will meditate on Vishnu, making use of that instrument, that medium. There are many such media. That medium I make, such media, there are many. first and foremost being Pranava, Omkara. It is the quintessence of the whole Vedas. So you meditate on that. How? Omiti. Om. So when we pronounce the Shabda Om, quite naturally meaning will come with that. Shabda and Artha are inseparable. When we use some Shabda, we pronounce some Shabda, then and there itself the meaning is there. Or when we see or when we think of some object, then and there the name will come. Whichever be the language we are using. So these two are inseparable. Vagartha viva. Vak and Artha. The meaning of that. So when we say, or when we utter, or when we hear this Omkara, invariably that Atma. And when we think of the Atma, the word Omkara, both these will come together. And therefore, the teacher is asking us to meditate on him, making use of the medium Om. Omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānamanyāvāco. So meditate on that self, your own self, which is manifesting as both this microcosm and the macrocosm. How we are getting that meaning? Because the sixth mantra is a continuation of the fifth. So in the fifth it was said, yasmindyauḥ, pṛthivī, cāntarikṣamotaṃ, manaḥ, prāṇaiśca, sarvaiḥ. That means both this microcosm and the macrocosm, where they are interwoven, that ātmānam, that self you meditate, then all the limitations are going. I am a man, I am a woman, I am a brahmachari, I am a sannyasi, I am a grihastha. All these limitations go. I am existence absolute. That will shine. So here Rishi is asking us to meditate on that self, that ātmānam as Om. Omiti Brahma, omityevaṃ sarvam, omityevaṃ Brahma. So many mantras are there. It is the essence of Vedas. Om. Mundakopanishad clearly says, Sarve Veda yat padam āmananti, tapamsi sarvāni ca yadvadanti, yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti, tatte padam sangrahena bravīmi, omityevaṃ. All the Vedas, along with all saṃhitas, brahmanas, aranyakas, and Upanishads, and of course 6 Vedantas like Shiksha, Kalpam, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandas, and Jyotisham, and of course all the Upavedas together, that is Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Stapatya Veda, Arthashastra, all these put together, what they are explaining, Sarve Vedaha Yat Padamamananti. All these Vedas are explaining that one single existence absolute. And to reach at that, all the tapas are being undertaken by sadhakas. And the vows like brahmacharya are being followed to reach at that. That, let me say unto you, it is Om. So says the Kathopanishad. So that Om you people meditate on. Omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānamanyāvāco. Here also, when we chant Omkara, when we meditate on Omkara, or when we make use of Omkara as the medium of our meditation, we may be carried away to here and there. Even at that state of higher sadhana, there is a chance for falling down, becoming a siddha. Who can predict the future? Who can bring a golden spoon from the atmosphere? All these things will come. So be careful. We may fall down while we walk. It may create wounds or it may break your bonds. But if you are falling from a higher plane, from the top of a tree, definitely the wound will be bigger. There is no doubt in that. So when we go deeper and deeper in the path of sadhana, higher and higher is the chance for falling down. So all the seekers must be very careful about that. And therefore Acharya is saying ātmānam, not that Om iti dhyāyatha alone. Your focus, your goal must be the ātmānamanyāvāco, nothing else. Otherwise, we may be carried away to different reports. Winds are that much powerful in this ocean of samsara. So, being one-pointed is a difficult task, and that alone will take you to the goal. So, ātmānam. Now, what does the Guru have to say? If we learn this fifth and the sixth mantra, everything is there. If we are going to explain these two mantras, we will have to sit for years and years together. Because all the pros and cons, all the steps to reach that, how to prepare ourselves for that, all these aspects have to be taken. And the whole of our scriptures will come in this discussion of these two mantras, fifth and sixth. So everything is told, nothing is remembered. So this is the goal. omityevaṃ dhyāyatha ātmānam. That is the way. What is the goal? Tam eka evam jānatha. That is the goal. And the way is omityevaṃ dhyāyatha. Again, the Acharya is reinforcing ātmānam to protect the Shishya. That is his love and care. Now, what else is to be taught? Nothing. Nothing. So the Acharya is giving a blessing. Blessing to the whole of humanity. Not to one, not to two, to the whole humanity. The Acharya is giving a blessing. Svasti pārāya or pārāya. Tamasaḥ parastāt. Vaha for you. Vaha for you. Swasti. Let all goodness happen. Swasti Vaha. All auspiciousness be with you. All blessings be with you. Swasti Vaha. See? This is the blessing. Vaha Swasti. All goodness be with you, or all auspiciousness be with you, or for you. I am giving this blessing. All goodness be with you. Swasti Vaha. For what? If somebody asks, somebody approach a teacher and asks, please bless me. For what? That is the question. It is specifically, it is written there, parāya or pārāya, tamasaḥ parastāt. It is not a blank blessing. Let me give this in writing. Then when I start writing, he says, no, I will write, Swami. You give the other signature. No, I will not do that. So for what this blessing is required? This is the Upanishad. So here there is no other goal. So parāya. Param is that which is above all dualities. Param, which is above the cause and effect, which is above perception, which is above our senses of cognition, which is above the mind and intellect. That is param. So parāya means for reaching that para, for realizing that param, vaha swasti. So it is not an unconditional blessing. It is a conditional blessing. Why? Because this is Upanishad. So all my blessings are with you for the realization of the highest. That is the meaning. Swastiva pārāya or parāya. Both are the same. And that is tamasaḥ parastāt, above all ignorance. Tamas means darkness. Above all darkness means above all ignorance. So may you reach that highest which is above all darkness and ignorance. For that, svasti is a blessing. So all goodness and all auspiciousness be with you. For what? For reaching that highest which is above all darkness. So simply getting that blessing won't do. Always that blessing is flowing. It is there. It is there, it is flowing always. But to tap that, we have to act in the way he taught. Otherwise, how we will get that blessing? Catching that blessing and putting in our pockets. We are living in a not a different way, in the opposite way, what he will do. So it is not a blank blessing. It is conditional. If you are living in this way, which I taught you, then only this blessing is valid. Otherwise, it is not valid. Svasti pārāya or svasti pārāya, tamasaḥ parastāt. So, study these two mantras again and again. It is the essence of Upanishad, not only the Mundaka, but the whole Upanishads. So if you have any questions or doubts to ask, you can ask. If I know, I will reply. Otherwise, we can. What do you listen to?
Namaste, Swamiji. There are two people willing to ask questions. The first one is Komalavaliji. Please unmute, switch on your video, please, then ask the question. Komalavaliji, you raise your hand. No response. So next is Dr. Kamalaji.
Namaste, Swamiji. Swamiji, my question is, see, how do we know that we have crossed the setu so that we can leave all the vacha?
No. When we cross the setu, we need not leave all the vachaha. To cross that setu, we have to leave all these vachas.
But how do we know?
Both are different. See, if you have a bundle of materials with you in your home, it won't create any problem. But when you travel, less luggage, more comfort. It is comfortable to travel without much luggage. So when you try to cross that setu, if you are carrying this, that, so many luggages, so many bags of the past, so many bundles of the present, how you will cross that setu? It is not such a big, wider setu. It is shurasya dhara nishita duratya. It is just like traveling or moving through the edge of the knife. So, if one student of Vedanta, if he is eager to have that realization, after getting the crux of the teachings, he has to leave away all the bundle of shastras and debates, other unproductive discussions and all. But if a student of Vedanta, he is not eager to have that realization, but to live in this world as a teacher of Vedanta, a scholar, to get dakshina from you, then bundle of shastras will help him. So here, jnana vijnana tatparaha. One who is eager to have that vijnana, that realization, to him Shastra is saying, get rid of all Shastras. Get rid of all Shastras never mean all the Shastra you have to get rid of. No. The crux of the teaching, you have that within. It is established within you. With that knowledge, you have to cross the setuḥ. Once you have crossed, then such a question will not come. When we teach others, we can make use of the Shastras. Because all the teachers, great teachers of Vedanta, just take the case of Bhagavan Bhashyakara. How he wrote all these Shastras, quoting immensely from Vedas, and of course from Smritis, like Manusmriti, Mahabharata, and many Puranas, like Linga Purana, Skanda Purana. So he presented a huge library in front of us. He was carrying with that. He was walking with that. Even after having the absolute realization. That is for showing the path to the world. That is from the deepest love and care he was having towards the world. So, what I'm saying is, when once you cross that setuḥ, the doubt or question won't come inside. But for a seeker, the Acharya is teaching, once you get the crux, now go forward. Don't be entangled in the hooks of Shastras, debates, this, that. This is the bridge towards Amrtatva. Then again that question will come in another way. Leave all Shastras and all these things. But how we will realize that we have crossed the setuḥ? That doubt will not come.
Once we cross it.
I can ask you. I can ask you all, am I looking tired? Then you can say yes or no. But I cannot ask, am I hungry? I cannot ask you. I can ask you, do you look me as one who is having hunger? Do you feel like that? I can ask that. But am I hungry? I cannot ask you, because it is my own person. So all these are matter of experience. Anubhava avasanatvad brahma vijnanasya. Bhagavan Bhashyakara writes, Anubhava avasanatvad Brahma Vijnanasya. The end of Brahma Vidya is real experience. And that experience is the matter of oneself. There no doubt remains. It is one's own experience. So that's the reply.
One more question, Swamiji. How do we know what is our kartavyam, whether to, whatever we know, we have to pass it on to the society?
Others?
Yeah, or we have to keep it ourselves and be, happy within ourselves. And so
that's a very difficult question, because what gives us happiness? We are all in search of happiness. If one is getting that happiness when we study, one person sit at one place and study Shastras, let him study. Don't ask him to teach the society, because he is happy with it.
Correct.
But he is contented. But at the same time, a time will come when somebody will be asking him from within. No, all the Shastras were written by Acharyas for the help of the world, for showing the path to the world. So it is your duty and responsibility to share it with the world. Then if he is sitting inside, it won't satisfy him. Then he have to move out and teach. If teaching others is not giving happiness, stop it. So what we want is happiness. So share the knowledge we have, not only knowledge, but everything else. What we have, share it with the world. Because we got it from the world. If I have money, from where I got it? From the world, from the society. If I have health, I got it from the society. If I have knowledge, power, whatever I have, I got it from outside. So it is my essential duty to share it with the world. That remains the true. But at the same time, all this must come quite naturally. Not artificially, we have to do this and that. So if we are prompted from within, do accordingly. However, be happy with it, contented with it. Always have the feeling of fullness. Sit with that. Then we can fly or sit or lie, whatever it is.
Okay.
I think now we can conclude. Huh?
Yes, Swamiji. No more questions.
Very good. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyem Akshaphiryajatra Sthirairangai Stushtuvan Sastanobhid Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vridhashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starkshyo Arishtanemi Swastina Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.